Is it moving? Are we recording? Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, I think I'm alive. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Pascal's triangle and how Pascal's triangle is going to help us do our math. So here's how Pascal's triangle works. Okay, start with a 1, and then 1, 1. This is my 0 row. This is my first row. This is my second row. 1, 2, 1. This is my second row. But how do you make these rows? Here's my third row. So here's how it's made. Start with a 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, and then 1. Here's the fourth row. How's the fourth row made? Well, start with a 1, and then 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4, and then 1. So the fifth row has got to be start with a 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 1 is 5, and then a 1. Okay, so why don't you guys make row 6, okay? So real quickly, you guys make row 6. Okay, row 6 should be easy, right? Okay, so you guys take a minute to make row 6, and then I'll put row 6 down. So I got a 1, a 6, a 15, a 20, a 15, a 6, and a 1, right? And then it keeps going forever and ever and ever, but we don't need to go forever and ever. Well, how does it help me, okay? So let's take a look at example 1, okay? Simplify. A plus B cubed. So today we're going to be talking about multiplying binomials. Okay? So they're called binomials, bi for 2, because there's 2 things inside, okay? Now one way to do a plus b to the third power, one way, is to take and go a plus b times a plus b times a plus b. And this will work, okay? That'll work. And then you just multiply a times a squared, ab, another ab, b squared, right? We can just FOIL this all out, right? And then you get that answer, and then you multiply it by this. But I got another way. This is faster. We're going to use Pascal's triangle, okay? So here's how Pascal's triangle works, okay? So let's look at Pascal's triangle. See the 3? We're going to go to row 3. Okay, row 3 in Pascal's triangle. That's right there, right? So if I see row 3, I'm going to write these numbers down. This is row 3. 1, 3, 3, 1. So I'm just going to write those numbers down. But 1, but I'm going to leave some space. 1, 3, 3, 1. Okay? We're going to get the answer faster and more accurately, okay? We're going to get the answer faster and more accurately from Pascal's triangle. Now, here's what I know. In this example, I know I'd have an a times an a times an a, right? So I know for sure in this example, I'm going to have an a cubed, right? That makes sense, right? Because I would have an a times an a times an a. And I know I'd also have an a squared, because I'd have a squared in here. And also know I'd have just a plain old a, right? And I also know, in this example, we'd have a b times a b times a b, or I'd have a b cubed, right? And I'd have some b squared, and I'd have some b, and there's your answer. That is the answer to this multiplied out. Isn't that much faster? So we're going to do it again, just to make sure you guys see what I did. Okay, so much faster than trying to multiply that out. You guys agree? So let's take a look at the next one. Okay, a plus b to the fourth power. Well, I could go a plus b times a plus b times a plus b. I mean, I could go, right, a plus b, but I'm not going to. A plus b times another a plus b times another a plus b, right? And I can multiply, and I could do all that. I could do that and I get an answer. But let's look at Pascal's triangle. So we're going to go to the fourth row. We're going to go to the row 4, okay? Because it's to the fourth power. Okay, so let me do this so we can see the whole thing. Go to row 4, and there it is. Okay, row 4. So I'm going to start with these numbers, row 4. So I'm just going to write those numbers down. Write down my 1, my 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay, so we're going to start with Pascal's triangle. And now, what I'm going to do is, I know, and watch. Everybody's got to watch. 4th row, right? Got to watch and listen. A to the 4th, A to the 3rd, A to the 2, A to the 1, no A. Does that make sense? And then B to the 4th, B to the 3rd, B to the 2, B to the 1, no B. And that's our answer. So I'm going to go, I've got an A. I'm going to go A to the 4th. I'm counting down, right? Then A to the 3rd, then A to the 2, then A to the 1, and the noise. And then on the very end, because the B's are on the ends, right? I'm going to go B to the 4th, B3, B2, B1, and then no B's. And so my answer, I've got all these terms are separated by plus signs. Plus, 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 plus. That's my answer. So much faster than multiplying that out, and then somewhere in the where I'm going to make a mistake, because I always make mistakes, but that's it. Okay, what do you think? Thumbs up, pretty easy? Okay, now let's take this a step further. Instead of A's and B's, let's take a look at the next problem, okay? So, the next problem is not A's and B's, but it's 2 X's and 3's. We're going to do the same process, okay? So, what row? Tell me what row I'm going to do. What row?
4.
Row 4, okay, good. I'm going to go to row 4. So I'm going to write down my 1, my 4, 6, 4, and 1. Now, it isn't A's and B's, but I'm going to do it in terms of A's and B's first. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to use this information that I just did in terms of A's and B's. But what I'm going to do is let A be the 2x, and I'm going to let the B be the 3. Okay, and I'll show you how that works. So let me put down my A's and B's. So I'm going to let A equal 2x, and I'll let B equal my 3. So I'm still going to put in my A's and B's to start off with, because that was easy, right? That was super easy to do. So I'm still going to go my A4, A3, A2, A1, and then no A's. And I'm still going to then put in my B's. B4, B3, B2, B1, and no B's, and separate pluses. Okay, how am I doing? Now, that's not the answer, because this problem doesn't have anything to do with A's and B's, right? This problem has nothing to do with A's and B's, but now what I'm going to do is just substitute. So, take my 2x, I'm going to put it there, and there, and there, and there, because that's what A is, right? And I'm going to take my 3, which is my B, and I'll put my 3 there, and I'll put my 3 there, and I'll put my 3 there, and I'll put my 3 there. And I'll be close to the answer. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so I'm going to go 1. Okay, that's my 1. And then I started writing A. Don't write A, but what does A equal? A's are 2x, right? So I'm going to put a 2x to the 4th. So instead of writing A, just write my 2x to the 4th, okay? Plus 4. Instead of writing A, let's write what A is, which is a 2x cubed, because A is the 2x, okay? But I got to put in B also, and B is 3. Okay, so I'm just substituting these terms in. Seem pretty easy? Okay, good. Plus 6 times A, well, A is 2x, so 2x squared, because A squared. And then put in the B, which is 3 squared. Okay, and then plus 4, and then put in my A, which is my 2x, and then put in B. What's B? B is 3, right? So then I'm going to go 3 cubed, don't forget your cube, plus 1. And put in B, what's B? B is 3 to the 4th. Okay, technically I'm done, but it's a mess, okay? Technically that is the answer, but it's a mess. So let's clean up this. All right, 2 to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2. That's 16. You guys agree with that? So I'm going to have a 1 times the 16x to the 4th. plus 4. What's 2 to the third power? Well, that's 2 times 2 times 2, or 8. X to the third times 3, okay? Again, I'm just going to clean this mess up when I'm done, okay? Plus 6. And, of course, 2 squared, that's easy. 2 squared is 4. X squared, don't forget the x squared. Times now 3 squared. What's 3 squared? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 4 times 2x. And now I've got a 3 cubed, which is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. Plus 1 times, let's see, what is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. And you can use a calculator. Okay, I'm almost done. This next step, so I'm done. All I'm going to do is take my calculator and multiply all of these numbers, and I'll have it done, okay? Really. And this is, believe it or not, faster than writing this out and multiplying it 4 times. So 1 times 16, that's easy. 16x to the 4th. Boom, that term's done. Plus, okay, what is, I don't know what is, hold on. I don't know, it's 4 times 8 times 3, just let my calculator do the work, 96. Okay, so plus 96. X to the third power, okay? Plus, well, what is 6 times 4 times 9? I don't know. 6 times 4 times 9. I get an answer of 216. X squared. Plus 4 times 2 times 27. I don't know. That's what calculus is made for, right? 4 times 2 times 27. And I get an answer of 216 again. And that's in terms of just x. And then plus 1 times 81 is 81. And that would be the answer. Now, before I quit, I want to show you what I would have had to have done. And I'm not going to do this. I am not going to do this. There are some kids that refuse to learn this, so they'd still do it the long way. But my goodness gracious. If I had to do it the long way, I'd go this times this. All right, this times this. All right, this times this. This times this, right? And then I'd add those, right? Then I'd have to go this times this, this times this, this times this. So then I'd get something like this. And then I'd have to go, you ready? This times this, this times this, this times this, and this times this, this times this, this times this, right? And then this times this, this, and then finally I'd add them all up and I'd get an answer. Guess what my answer would be? That right there. Isn't this easier? Now, where does it really pay off? Whew! What if I had something like this? What if I had a 2x plus 3 to the 7th power? Ugh! Do you really want to write this 7 times and multiply it out? Heck no! I would use the 7th row of Pascal's triangle and use my a's and b's first. Okay? How's that? Much easier. You guys agree? Much faster. So, let me go ahead and stop my recording.